The journey from the head to the heart is a phrase that I've only recently really fully understood, or at least understand it on a new level. I had one day, because I had been hearing it and singing it in some various songs, and I asked Ryan, I was like, what the heck does that even mean? And we kind of talked about it a little bit, and I said, well, I do that. But now I'm realizing there is a lot of ways in which I was led by my heart, and it's come extremely easily to me. But there's a lot of ways in which I've really suppressed myself by the deceit from the head. And that comes from societal conditioning, whether it's, ideas that you got from your parents or from school or from religion that told you who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to live your life. When in reality, when you're practicing, maybe some of those things aren't right for you. And when you can really open up and look at who you truly are and start living from that heart space and following what does feel good, and still continuing to separate, like, it's not always this is good and this is bad. Sometimes what's really, really good for me is not good for somebody else. So I'm still deciphering a lot of that. And the reason that I named my business Zen Within is because that's where it starts. You have to start within yourself. You have to look inside and say, what is right for me? Who am I? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to affect the world? And once you start getting more in alignment with your true self and start leading a life where you are in a state of being of happiness and joy. Happiness and joy are not emotions. They are a state of being. And that state of being, when you're feeling that, it means that you're in alignment with your true self. So look at those moments in time where you feel absolutely and completely aligned, and you're feeling just bliss, and that's not wrong. And no matter who says it is, like, we're here to come and learn from each other, and we're here to teach each other, and I'm so thankful for all of the people that I get to interact with and learn from, and who I get a chance to have these conversations with, because you've helped me figure out who I am, even if you weren't trying to. Everybody that I have interaction with, I learn something from, even if it's not in the moment, maybe it's later, but you're all helping me learn who I am, and there's nothing better than that. To really experience that and really take that in. I want everybody to feel that. Look at those moments where you're saturated in joy, and do that over and over again, and everything falls into place. Everything else falls into place. Then you're all of a sudden you're just led from one beautiful moment to the next. And there's times where the roller coaster takes a dip down, and those contrast moments make all the really good ones even more worth it. But so the journey from the head to the heart, look at yourself and try to strip away the parts that were given to you, the little seeds that were planted that were wrong for you. There's this really awesome book called Ishmael by Daniel Quinn, and that's kind of a life changer book. It's one of those books that it's like divides your life between all books before and all books after. And he does a really good job of dissecting these aspects of society in the way that we've controlled each other through our various means, and how we're kind of all in this same ship together, and it's currently plummeting towards the bottom of this cliff. But one thing that I want to say too is that I've gotten to a point where I just can't even hardly stand to listen or read anything that's not in alignment with what feels good to me. And I have to say, I know that this stuff's happening in the world, and it's not that I want to be just this completely uninformed person, but there's only so much I can like tolerate within my own heart, because I have to be able to focus on everything that is right. And when I'm in my yard, there's literally hundreds of bees. But then I hear all these people talking about, like, you know, the extinction of the bees. Well, then go plant some flowers. You know, go plant some seeds. You're creating your world. You're creating your reality. So let's talk about the solutions that help the bees. You know, like, that's just one example. Waiting outside speaking of religion, waiting outside my son's little church preschool, waiting for him to be done. And the bell's going off. It's a beautiful place. But anyway, it's a gorgeous day. I hope all of you get time to enjoy it. And peace and love.